Okay, this is UK turn 1. They have $38 to spend. They're going to spend $4 to advance their technology. They're going to spend $12 on a factory, $8 on a destroyer, $10 on a fighter, and $3 on an infantry, which means they're going to save a dollar if we've got that right. Let's say 3, 13, 16, 21, 31, 33, 34, 35, 6. Yep, 38. Okay. They have 2 attacks to make, both naval attacks. In C-Zone 91, where the 2 German submarines are, they're going to come down with the destroyer from C-Zone 109, the fighter from Scotland, and one of the 2 fighters from the UK. The other C-Zone that's being attacked is C-Zone 96, the Italian naval forces there. There's a destroyer and a transport. It will be attacked with the fighter from Gibraltar, the fighter from Malta, the tactical bomber from C-Zone 98, and the destroyer from C-Zone 98. So I will get these set up in a sec. I actually just have to double check with him to see whether or not he wants to use target select with his TAC bomber. I assume probably yes, but we'll double check that before we roll the battles. Sorry, the UK had one more combat move. I think he thought it was non-combat, but it's not. The infantry in West India is going to walk into East Persia, the Pro-Axis territory, and claim it for the UK. Sorry, there's one last UK attack as well. We were sort of sorting out what was combat and what was non-combat, so he made a couple of minor changes. So he is going to take the infantry and artillery from India, load them onto the transport, bring the cruiser and the destroyer, even though the destroyer won't be involved in the battle, to C-Zone 76, and he's going to attack the lone Italian infantry in Italian Somaliland. So we'll see how that battle turns out. Okay, this is the battle for C-Zone 91. The British destroyer, the HMS Hotspur, along with 2 RAF fighters, are attacking the German submarines U-74 and U-75. The destroyer attacks at a 2, and the 2 submarines attack at 3. So here we go. No hits. Submarines. No hits. So we go again. 1 hit. So one of the submarines is killed. No hits. One hit, so the submarine is killed, but it does get to fire back. Nope. Okay, so the C-Zone is cleared, and both submarines are killed with 0 UK casualties. Okay, this is the battle for C-Zone 96. The British destroyer, the HMS Ulysses, along with 2 fighters and a tactical bomber, are going up against the Italian destroyer Leone and the Italian transport Conte Rosso. The tactical bomber has elected to target select, so it's going to roll at a 3 rather than a 4. But if it hits, the battle is over right away. And it hits. So the battle is over right away. No British casualties whatsoever. Alright, in the battle for Italian Somaliland, this is an amphibious landing. The HMS Empire Spearhead transport ship is offloading an infantry and an artillery, and there will be an offshore shot from the cruiser HMS Newfoundland. So it's 2 2s and a 3 versus a single 2. And they got their hit. They only needed 1, so Italian defense is a hit. So they British lose an infantry, but they do take the territory with a single casualty. Okay, I think we got all the non-combat sorted out. There was some confusion as to what was considered combat. He had an older version of the map in the Mideast with the pro-Allied and pro-Axis nations a little bit different. But we've sorted it, and I think I've got all the moves that he wants to do. So we'll have a look here. So in C-Zone 111, the destroyer is going to come into C-Zone 119. The cruiser and battleship are going to move, sorry, that would be 2 spaces, into C-Zone 109, if I've got that correct. The transport in C-Zone 109 is going to load up 1 mechanized infantry and move down into Gibraltar and offload there. The 2 planes that were involved in the attack on C-Zone 91 are also going to land in Gibraltar. Staying in the north right now, the anti-aircraft artillery from Scotland is going to move south into the United Kingdom. And then the bomber is going to be designated an air transport. It is going to, sorry, that should say 7 in dice. It's going to load up 2 infantry, and it's going to carry those 2 infantry all the way to Malta. Now it's non-combat, so it's not going to get shot at by any aircraft. Okay, other non-combat. Down in the Med, all of the planes that were involved on the attack on C-Zone 96 are going to land in Malta. So Malta is going to have quite a formidable force there. In El Alamein, the infantry, artillery, and tank are going to move into Egypt, leaving 1 lone infantry as a blocker. The naval forces that remained in C-Zone 98 are going to move into C-Zone 80. Is it 81 or 80? Let me just double check. Sorry, just a sec. Sorry, just 1 second. 81, sorry. They're going to move into 81. Yeah, 81. Okay. So the infantry from Anglo-Egyptian Sudan is going to move up into Egypt. The 2 units in South Africa are going to be railed 3 spaces into Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. What else? Oh, the destroyer down in C-Zone 71 is going to go up to C-Zone, again, let me just double check this. Oh, 81. Okay. To join some of the rest of the fleet there. The fighters, or the fighter and the tactical bomber from India are going to fly to C-Zone 81 and land on the carrier that's going to be there as soon as it's moved. Then the forces in Calcutta, let's have a look there. Okay, so there is a lone destroyer left. It's going to move to C-Zone 76 with the rest of the Eastern Navy there. The battleship in C-Zone 37 is going to move to C-Zone 39 off the coast of India. All of the forces in Burma are going to move back into India, so that's 2 infantry and a fighter. One of the anti-aircraft artilleries from India is going to be railed into Malaya down there. And I think that's all the moves, if I haven't missed any. So let me tidy up the board, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, Okay, in terms of placements, the new fighter is going to be placed in the United Kingdom, so there'll be 2 fighters there, plus the French fighter. The new destroyer is going to be placed as a blocker in C-Zone 110. Oh, that was a good move, by the way. The new infantry is going to be placed in the United Kingdom. And the new factory, to probably no one's surprise, is going to be placed down south in Cairo. Okay, in terms of income, there is an adjustment to make here that will not affect the income, but Italian Somaliland is now British rather than Italian. So in terms of income, England once again has $38 because it did not go up or down this turn. It saved $1 from last turn, so that's 39. Plus it gets a 5 IPC bonus for controlling El Alamein, Egypt, and Transjordan. Its other Pacific bonus doesn't kick in until it's at war with the Japanese. And the other bonuses involving the Mideast don't kick in yet either. Oh, actually, that is one other adjustment. We do need to adjust Eastern Iran is now British as well. However, there's no income there. Once they start getting into these territories, that's some national objective adjustments. Okay, so in terms of the disposition of forces, let's start in the north here with the home islands. So in C-Zone 119 there is a destroyer. In C-Zone 110 there's a destroyer. In C-Zone 109 there is a cruiser and a battleship. In the UK proper, in the capital, there are now let me just check this actually, because I can't remember if I put it up to what it was supposed to be. Just one sec, sorry. UK. Sorry, just be a sec. Yeah, so there should be one under there. I forgot to put the chip under there. So there are 5 anti-aircraft artilleries. There are 2 fighters and there is 1 infantry, along with, of course, 2 French infantry and a French fighter as well. In C-Zone 91, there is a destroyer and a transport. There are also in Gibraltar a mechanized infantry unit and 2 fighters. In Malta, there's actually a fair bit of material. There is a destroyer in C-Zone 96. There are 2 fighters, 1 tactical bomber, 3 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft artillery, and 1 air transport in Malta. In Egypt, El Alamein, there's an infantry. I'll zoom in so we can see here. There's an infantry. In Cairo, in Egypt proper, there are 3 infantry, 2 artillery, 1 mechanized infantry, 1 tank, plus of course the 2 Canadians. In Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, there are 2 infantry. In C-Zone 81, there's a transport, a destroyer, a cruiser, and a fully loaded carrier with the India fighter and tactical bomber on board. In C-Zone 76, there is a cruiser, a destroyer, and a transport. In Italian Somaliland, there is an artillery. Moving into the east, zoom out a smidge here. In eastern Iran, there is an infantry. In India proper, there are 2 anti-aircraft artillery. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 infantry and 1 fighter. In C-Zone 37, there is a battleship. In Malaya, in the Malayan Peninsula, there are 3 infantry and 1 anti-aircraft artillery, along with, of course, an Anzac soldier as well. Okay, I think that's everything for UK. So Italy will be up next.